So given that Belinda Bencic lost so many chances to win both sets in her semi-final, I was pretty interested to see her interview after the match. And what was really interesting is when the reporters asked her whether she would watch the match again, she replied by saying she definitely wouldn't watch the match. She would just wait for her emotions about the lost opportunities to go away and then reflect on the match with her team. And this is really a big mistake. The reason for this is that, and it's really a mistake that most coaches and players make when we're reflecting on matches. Waiting a long time until those emotions have gone doesn't work in terms of learning, because if we think about our brain, we've got a rational and emotional part. And obviously when players finish and they're really emotional, they're flooded with emotion, the ability to reflect might not be there. So it's not a good idea to go right in and reflect when there's no ability to be rational. But if we wait until all the emotions are gone and our brain is activated in that rational state, players can really reflect really well. The problem is it doesn't transfer back to emotional situations. So what we need to do is to do our reflections when ideally players have their brains not so flooded with emotion that they can't reflect with their rational part of the brain, but they still need some emotion to be there. And what that does, it opens what we call the learning window, and that is when both parts of the brain are activated, that allows the learning and reflection then to transfer to future emotional situations. As I said, if you reflect purely in a rational state, when you come to new emotional situations, that learning doesn't actually transfer to that emotion. The other reason for this is that when the brain has the emotional part activated, it is in a state to the brain recognizes those reflections and learning as important, and therefore it remembers better, it learns better. So to learn well and remember things, our brain actually has to have some emotions activated. So that's another really important reason for doing this. So, for Bencic, what would have been from that sort of match, which there's probably so much learning about how she responded on break points, what she did, how she was feeling, the judgments that probably started coming up in her mind about missing those opportunities, all that learning, if she wants to really benefit from it, the best time to do that would be at a time when she's still feeling emotional after the match, but she can make some sense, to self-reflect, to look at what was going on at those times. That's the time that she will really learn from it, and then hopefully benefit from it moving forward. So really important tip to do those reflections at a time when both the rational and emotional parts of the brain are active.